We bring you up to speed from the NFF as well as the 13th All-Africa Games and everything happening in the world of sport, including from the Falcons, the Super Eagles, all for your listening pleasure. So sit back, relax, grab a glass of juice, a cup of coffee, because I tell you, it is really time to rumble. Okay, we'll go straight to business. Let's start off officially from the newspaper review.
The newspaper headlines.
Okay, guys, let's start off from the newspaper headline. Where else was, of course, from Complete Sport. What is Complete Sport saying today? This one says FA Cup. Ahmad yellow card should be rescinded. This is coming from Fernandez. Sport ministers allowed Nigeria wrestlers for impressive showing at Africa Senior Championship. Osime out of Super Eagles friendly. Still talking Nigerian sport. This one says Africa Games 2023. Falconets, I beg your pardon, defeat Uganda to reach final. Ebwehi ruled out of Super Eagles friendlies against Ghana and Mali. Awodi Aina face relegation battle after EPL deduct 4 points from Forest. Still talking Complete Sport. This one says Ghana unveils squad for Super Eagles friendly. Indigenous coaches can deliver for Eagles if given free hand. This is coming from Unibinde. This one says Aqua United deserve more than 1 point against Gombe United. This is from Abdullahi. Oshola scores historic goal for new club Bay FC. That's in the National Women's Super League right there in the United States. And of course, we hear that Chukwueze promised more after scoring maiden goal against Syria. If it made a goal in Syria. And now we go to Sporting Live. What is Sporting Live saying? This one says, Awoniyi Forest lose 4 points for PSR Bridges. Nottingham Forest drop into relegation zone. This one says, Victor Moses in joyous mood as son clocks one. We hear Egypt Asa displaces Haruna as Africa best ranked star. FA Cup show, not all about boxing for Tyson Fury. Mbappe react to sublime hat-trick for Paris Saint-Germain. In the EPL, in the MPFL, I beg your pardon, Ilechukwu celebrates Rangers' victory over Lobby Stars. England review new kits for Euro 2024. Hazard dangers hit over Amunike and Manu for Eagles. Eaglet's job. That's his dangles, I beg your pardon. A British Olympic cycling Laura Kenny retires. Joshua reaped fruits of victory over Ngannou rise in ranking. We have beach volleyball titles for Egypt and Morocco at the Africa Games. This one's also said that Paris 2024 parents complain about having to buy tickets for children. And of course, we're moving forward. Ghana unveiled first West Africa, first international standard rugby stadium. And now we go to what's happening in the nation's newspaper. Guys, and this is what is happening in the world of sport. This one it says just in Nottingham Forest handed 4 points deduction for financial rule breaches. Chukwueze eyes more after scoring first Serie A goal. Africa Games, athletes grumble over unpaid $151,000 largesse. The Nigerian wrestlers off to Egypt for Africa Championship Olympic qualifier. Accra 2023 minister urged Team Nigeria to light up tracks. And NFF rules out anointed candidate for Super Eagles. Ghana minister more investment in sports across West Africa. And then this one ended up as says Man United stop Liverpool and 7-goal FA Cup thriller. That's it coming from the nation. And now we go to sports, Punch Sport Extra. And this one says 3 Nigerian boxer advances in last 4 in Egypt. Yellow Greens bounce back against Namibia. Ogumbote relishes debut win over Remo. Plum date for Osei Samuel after Turkey free for all brawl. Akbom admits difficult time after Eagles snub. Knocks for neck over new Eagles skit. And also Ebwe out of Ghana Mali friendlies. Chukwueze relishes first Serie A goal. Ghana Nigeria friendly Ayu Brothers Kudus in party out. Asadi throws Aaron as Africa #1. And this one says I was physically harassed. Alimi laments after 3 SC clash. This one, Paris 2024. Egypt, Morocco, others wait. Olympic draw Wednesday. France without Griezmann for the first time since 2016. On the EPL, Forest fined 4 points for breaching financial rules. Photos, Nike unveils Super Eagles 2024-2025 jersey. CAF Mons Mauritania goalkeeper. A moment Nigerian footballer will say some defense teammate against pitch evasion. And finally, we had Joshua rises in Ring Magazine heavyweight ranking after win against Ungano. And now to the Daily Trust. Finally, we hear that NFF won states to conclude Fed Cup competition over or risk 1 million fine. Africa Games, Nigeria off to strong start at 2 athletes reach men 100 meters final. Forest docked 4 points for financial rule breaches. Ivan Berzer Brita, Seals Maverick win over Nuggets. Awoni Nottingham Forest docked 4 points for breaching financial rules. We had NFF one state to conclude FedEx competition or risk 1 million naira. This one says African Games. Team Nigeria hopeful as athletics begin. Insurance dismantled Doma 4-0 as Katsina United edge past Plateau. That's in the NPFL. Okay, now we leave the newspaper review. Let's head to the local scene.
News from the local scene.
Okay, guys, I know we'll go straight to the local scene. I'll tell you a lot of happenings. I'll tell you in the Nigeria Premier Football League. And before then, let's go to what the NFF has been saying concerning the Federation Cup. I'm talking about the Federation Cup where the NFF have come out clear to say that teams, in their own word, should. That's what they said. Speaking to the 36 states of the Federation, that all teams, including the FCT, should play their Federation Cup finals on or before the 30th of March 2024. As instructed by NFF, or risk a penalty of 1 million naira. Ruth David, the NFF Director of Competition, said on Monday that the football ruling body would no longer condone the disruptive attitude of some FAs who set their timetables outside that of the NFF. This year's Federation Cup competition in the state began on Friday, the 1st of March 2024. Okay, one man just joined me on the show, my partner, my friend, everything. Come on. We know him as the finest boy talking sport. He calls himself Uncle Fine Boy. I don't know how Uncle and Fine come and Boy comes into the same sentence, but he's with me in the studio. Welcome to the show.
Of course, you know me as an enigmatic character that you try to understand me, Sport Bishop. You might just increase your BP. But come on, a fantastic time to talk sports. And talking about the Federation Cup, I see no reasons why state FA should have their own calendar different from what the NFF has stated earlier in terms of all their games of finishing at the appropriate time. So for me, the NFF lashing on state FAs, telling them that, look, you must finish within the stipulated time is the best for me. Any state that falls short of this should be sanctioned and punished. It's high time we work in unison with our calendar.
Okay, talking about working in unison in calendar, we go straight to the Africa Games. Big news we hear, first of all, is that our athletes are doing us proud. First of all, in wrestling, we hear that Olympic silver medalist and Commonwealth champion Blessed Oboro Dudu superior decision to win her 14th African crown. Returning to the competition, she had skipped last year's championship. Odunayo Dekoroye outclassed Chema Ausi of Egypt by pinfall to win her 8th African title and in 10,000 points, a win that ensures that Dekoroye topped the 57 kg rankings. Christiana Ogunsonya capitalized on a remarkable performance at the Africa Games by defeating Chaharazd Ayachi of Tunisia 10-0 in the 53 kg to win gold, while similarly Esther Kolawole of 62 kg outshined Farah Hussein of Egypt 11-0 to win her second Africa senior title. The day one of the competition on Monday got concluded as military world gold medalist Hannah Ruben in the 76 kg lost to Tunisia Zainab Sagir 2-12 to settle for silver medal. On Tuesday, we see other Nigerian wrestlers such as Africa Games gold medal Mercy Genesis and debutant Ashton Adeyemi Mutua, among others, take to the mat to fly the flag of Nigeria. For so far, 4 medals won by Nigeria, led by Oboro Dudu and of course Adekore. These girls need no introduction and will keep flying in the wrestling category of the All-Africa Games.
Come on, Sport Bishop. Are you surprised that one of our strongest hold in terms of sport wrestling, we are sweeping the medals? To me, it's no brainer at all. Having the likes of Oboro Dudu right there leading the team and making sure that the gold medals come down to Team Nigeria. For me, it's no brainer. But then, good news are still coming from the All-African Games. As the track and field, we are almost dusting every heat from the 100 meters race down to the 110 meters hurdles. Team Nigeria just made their ways into the semi-finals as well as the finals. It is a good time for me, I tell you, in the All-African Games, the strong order of Team Nigeria. We are getting the medals like we should. More coming for wrestling, more coming for the relay, and of course, when you talk about the hammers and the shot puts, we will definitely get there for the medals.
Still talking about the Olympic Games, you know that 3 of our boxers have made it to the finals or the last advanced to the last semi-finals. I beg your pardon, in Ghana. Boxers like Zainab Adesina, Ifeanyi Onyekwere, and Shukura Kazim, they have secured spots in the semi-finals of the boxing categories there in Ghana. We hear that Ifeanyi is for the 92 plus kg, Zainab for the 50 kg, all through to the semi-finals. Hopefully, we could get maybe 2 or 3 more medals before the end of that one.
For the teams right there at All African Games, Sport Bishop, just like I said, Egypt should watch their bag. Yes, they are miles away when it comes to the gold medal. I know, but come on, Team Nigeria, we are not resting on our oars concerning the medals we have won thus far. More still coming. You can see that the weightlifters are doing well. You can see that the wrestlers as well are doing well. You can see that on the mat where we need to get our opponents back on the ground, we are definitely doing well. And the medals, the stats is also telling us all that we need to know. But just so you know, in terms of the stats, Nigeria has won 299 medals in athletics events at the African Games, the most of any country in history. They are one short of becoming the first ever country with 300 medals in a single sport at the event. When I say the athletes, when I say wrestling is a strong goal, this is why.
And finally, on cricket, we hear the men's cricket team. They did us proud the ongoing Africa game. In their second game on Monday, they won their game with a 3-wicket win over Namibia at their Chimota Cricket Oval. It was a much needed win for Yellow Greens, who had lost their opening game of the event by 47 runs against Tanzania on Saturday. The sequence of the win is also similar to their bronze medal winning female category, who also beat Namibia women in the second game during the women's event, which ended last week. Namibia battled in the first innings, but they posted 120 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 20 over, leaving Nigeria with a target of 122 runs in the second inning. So we're doing well. Our girls won bronze at the cricket, and our boys are winning their second game after losing their first game, losing to Tanzania, but they beat Namibia yesterday. So good one for the cricket team. And then as of this morning, this is how the table looks like. A fine boy. We hear Egypt has still top with 3 gold, 33 silver, and 28 bronze. Nigeria second with 25 gold, 18 silver, and 25 bronze. South Africa third with 24 gold, 27 silver, 36 bronze. Algeria 4th, 22 gold, 29 silver, 37 bronze. Tunisia at 10 gold, 20 silver, 29 bronze. Mauritius 6 silver, 6 gold, 5 silver, and 9 bronze. And my joy here is Ghana has only 5 gold, 13 silver, 8 bronze. We are winning the Jollof War right there in Ghana.
On the medals, we are on the track and field. We are also, and also in other games, we are also winning the medals when it comes to Nigeria and Ghana. Come on, Sport Bishop, it is no brainer. We are 10 times better than they are. The only competition that they will boast more medals is the African Cup of Nations. They have 4 titles, and we have 3 titles. But come on, that is the only way. But for Team Nigeria, 27 gold, 76 medals in total. Yes, I will agree with you. We are miles away from Egypt, but it is not over until it is over.
And I was talking about, let's leave the All-Africa game for a time now, quickly, and let's delve to the camp of the Super Eagles. 2 players have pulled out of the friendly game against Ghana and Mali. Not too good news. We hear Tylon Ebuehi is out. He won't be able to make it. And the latest happening just some few hours as we are in the studio, one man joined him as well. And not a good news. His name is Victor Osimhen. Sad news for Nigeria. 2 key players missing from the friendly games.
Tyron Ebue is one player that has really missed playing for the Super Eagles for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while. We saw him don the green-white jersey for the Super Eagles, and just when we thought we will be seeing him again in the Super Eagles, but here we go. Injury knocked him off. Same thing with a certain Taiwo Awoni.
Yeah.
And now Victor Osimhen. Well, for Tyron Murphy, it is a breath of relief for him as he will be coming back to the Super Eagles. Though he was part of the team that went for the AFCON, he didn't have much playing time, but now it's his time at least for the friendlies. Victor Osimhen, for me, I see it as a precautionary measures for him to sit out this one. Not really a big deal if he doesn't play in the friendlies.
So for you, it's no biggie.
It's not big deal at all.
Okay.
What I want to see from Victor Osimhen is his return against Bafana, because that is important for the World Cup qualifiers as well as Tyron Ebue. We hope those two players should be back before we take on South Africa. But for Mali and Ghana, they can sit out.
Good news coming in as well. Our Falconets are through to the finals of the All-Africa game. They beat their counterpart by 2-0. I know the way I'm looking like, we should beat Uganda, but they did the job. Adobe Oka, substitutes, the two substitutes came in from the bench, and Chiamaka Okuchukwu got the goal for Nigeria. We'll be playing Ghana in the finals because Ghana did the job against Senegal at the Cape Coast Stadium, beating them by 3 goals to 1.
That is where my joy lies. I want that rivalry to be renewed. Playing in Ghana, the host nation. Though we lost the host to the host nation, I beg your pardon, in the AFCON.
Yeah.
Yes, the Super Eagles lost, but this is
after we beat them in the group stage. Please be precise.
Okay, one lose, one win.
Yeah.
But then playing the host nation in the All African Games women category in the final. Recall that in the last edition we won gold, and the target is to retain the gold medal to which we won. And facing Ghana, it's not going to be a walk in the park.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be easy. Playing Ghana, they didn't just walk their way into the finals. They played a big team to qualify into the final. But come on, we have what it takes. We have the technical, the tactical ability, and of course the morale is high. And Ghana, you know, the rivalry is always big, regardless of the game and regardless of the age grade.
We're sure of gold or silver. Gold or silver for you?
Gold all the way.
Okay. I didn't say that. Fine boy did.
With my full chest.
I'll hold him responsible for that. But anyway, 3 players are missing for the game for Ghana, between Nigeria and Ghana. That friendly game that will come up later. Ghana has confirmed that Thomas Partey, Joseph Palm, Steele, and Nyaki Williams will not be part of the team. And why do they say so? Say Thomas Partey will miss the game due to the fact that he has requested to be excused so that he can regain full fitness. For Nyaki Williams, we hear that he pulled out of the game to allow himself fully recover from the injury he has picked up in recent weeks. And then finally, for John Pan, still we hear he's unable to travel due to pending immigration documentation procedures. He's having issues, so he won't be able to make it. So those 3 players won't face the Super Eagles. Is it a good news or a bad news for a team who wants to prepare for a game against South Africa?
Well, for Ghana, them losing the likes of Thomas Partey and Inaki Williams, to me, it's no brainer. These players haven't been part of the squad for quite a while due to injury. And playing against Nigeria, of course, it's always a big one, but it's a friendly. It's a friendly game for both nations just to fine-tune their tactical brilliance moving forward in the World Cup qualifiers. So this player's missing. It's not a big deal. Recall for Thomas Partey, he has not really been in contention for Arsenal, and going to play this one, who knows if he pick up another injury, it would dent his season. So let the young man recover, same as Inaki Williams. Fine for me, fine for Ghana as well.
Okay, guys, I will go straight from here. We move to the foreign scene.
Let's take you to the foreign scene.
Okay, you already know not too many things are happening in Europe, but we can let you know, first of all, if you're a fan of Taiwo Awoni, you're a fan of Ola Aina, not too good news, I hear. Because we can confirm to you that Nottingham Forest have been docked 4 points for breaching the Premier League profit and sustainability rules. And then the Independent Commission found Forest losses of 2022-2023 season. They breached the threshold of £61 million by £34.5 million. The immediate loss of point means that they dropped below Luton Town with the Premier League relegation zone. Forest, according to them, said they are extremely disappointed with the decision, which they say raises issues of concern for all aspirant clubs. Sad one, they're not the first team to be deducted points this season. First was Everton, 10 points. After appeal, it was reduced to 6. And now this one, 4 points. Any hope for Nottingham Forest to remain in the Premier League?
For me, what is good for the goose is always good for the gander.
Okay.
But in the EPL, we have seen that the more money you have, the more power you gather for yourself.
I know you want to ask what happened to Manchester City and all their bridges.
Exactly.
Okay.
105 charges for Manchester City, and none they have been found guilty of. You tell me not yet. But come on, we are talking about Everton, a lowly rated side at the moment. We are talking about Nottingham Forest, a team that is not financially strong compared to Manchester City. And in the snap of the fingers, that these two teams got their punishments and their points already dictated. But come on, even though I am not a fan of doing what is wrong, not a fan of bridging rules, but when you talk about discipline, you have to take it to the latter. My condolences, yes, it's a condolence, goes to Nottingham Forest and my Nigerian brothers. But I know they will bounce back. Just like Everton, there will not be relegation. My prayers.
We know that also Lazio have named Croatian Igor Tudor as their new manager after Mauricio Sarri's resignation. Sarri, 65, stepped down from his position on Wednesday after a 5th defeat in 6th game. Assistant coach Giovanni Motosiello took charge of Saturday's 3-2 win at Frosinone. Tudor spent last season with Marseille, finishing third in the Ligue 1, and has managed Udinese and Hellas Verona in Serie A. He also was a top flight player for Juventus between 1998 and 2007.
Though I haven't played for Marseille, yes, and also coached at Marseille, this man talking about Igor Tudor has been given the mantle of leadership right there at Lazio, succeeding Sarri's following his resignation. I hope he does well. I hope he does well. And of course, Lazio gives him what it takes for him to succeed. I don't want him to be like a certain Agenado Gattuso, who was just in charge for 8 games, and that is 2 months.
Please, you can now leave, please. Anyway, guys, games will continue in the Women's UEFA Champions League, where Ajax will take on Chelsea. That game is for 6:45. And Benfica women will take on Olympique Lyonnais women. That game also is for 9 p.m. We know that games will continue as well. For football, at the Africa game, where Uganda will take on Congo. And of course, Ghana will take on Senegal. That's for the male category. There are 20 football matches that will be taking place later today. The first one, Uganda-Congo for 6 p.m. and Ghana-Senegal, that one is from 9 p.m. And before we leave, let's let you know that in boxing, Dylan White says he has been through a lot of hell after making a winning comeback to the ring in Ireland. The former WBC interim heavyweight boxer and champion secured his 30th career win when his opponent, Christian Hammer, failed to get up from his stool for the 4th round. It was White's first bout since clearing his name of doping offense. White was due to fight Anthony Joshua in August 2023, but the clash was cancelled after the 35-year-old Brit returned an adverse finding from the doping test. He protested his innocence and was subsequently cleared when an investigation showed that his positive test was caused by a contaminated supplement. Dylan White, we know him so well. He lost to Anthony Joshua, he's lost to Tyson Fury. But the boy, after all the issue with doping, thank God he's cleared his name, he's back to the ring, and he won his game against Hammer. The shocking news that the guy finished the 3rd round, sat on the stool. Time for the 4th round, they couldn't get off of the stool.
You see, when you have been off the game of boxing for such a long time, it will take you a longer time to recover. If you think I'm bluffing, ask him the likes of Anthony Joshua when he lost those 2 fights. It took him time for him to...
Can White return back to the heavyweight level again? He's won this game.
Why
can
not?
He get back to fight title for the title?
He can, if he can work on his mentality, work on his endurance, and of course work on his overall fighting technique. It's only going to take time, but trust me, nothing is impossible for Dylan White. He's one man at that. His punch is quite divine. I compare his punch to that of Alexander Usyk, not Tyson Fury, not Ngannou. His punch goes with a lot of swagger. Not only power, it goes with techniques. And if he can better what he's known for, that is his punch and his weight as well, it's only going to take him time. But White can definitely get back to what we know him for.
Let's talk some boxing quickly in 32 seconds to 1 minute. Tyson Fury will take on Usyk. It's going to happen at some point. Where do you pitch your turn?
You look at Tyson Fury at the moment. Ever since he got knocked down by Francis Ngannou in his last fight, everybody felt that, look, this guy is losing it gradually. He's losing it.
He's the king of comebacks. The man for the distance.
It depends who
he's fighting. He's the gypsy king. He's undefeated, unopposed, undisputed.
Number 1, Alexander Usyk. And Usyk is no brainer. He's no child when it comes to the game.
He's a rookie to heavyweight.
It doesn't matter. Sport Bishop, it doesn't matter. You see, this argument will linger on and on until the the
It
day
happens.
of the bout. And then we'll see who wants it, but for me, I'm sticking my tent with Usyk.
Okay, guys, this is how much we can take. What we hear from reports our eyes are saying is that one man wants to move out of Newcastle, named Alexander Isak. Where will he be playing football next? We don't know. And also for Bruno Gimenez, we hear that the midfielder is in Newcastle considering giving the guy a new summer. Or somebody saying that they don't want to sell him off so that a huge amount of money so they can balance their books. They don't want to get point deducted like Nottingham Forest, and of course.
I think we should talk more on a transfer gossip later this evening on the show. We have lots of players we should be talking about because we hear that the likes of Man United wants to cash in on Rashford.
Yeah.
The likes of Chelsea wants to see how they can do business with Conor Gallagher as well as Armando Broja.
And of course, Victor Osimhen as well.
Oh, he's on the radar of PSG,
absolutely.
Manchester United, and Arsenal. We also we also hear that Manchester City might just give Barcelona a lifeline following their financial woes as they are targeting one of their top defenders. Would it be Araujo? Would it be Kuzan? Only time will tell. We'll be back later in the evening to talk more transfer gossip.
So massive thank you guys for being part of the show. Don't forget the show 4 p.m. in Sport Lounge. That show is your show because you have your own time to talk, to text, to voice note, to interact, to have a tete-a-tete, a chit-chat with us. And let's get what you think, what's in your sporting mind, what you think is happening to you anywhere you are around the world. So, keep a day with us today, 4 p.m., 1 hour of sport extravaganza. And like I told you, we'll delve majorly on the transfer market and bring you the transfer gist happening around the world.
And then you can also tell us who you want your team to sign, which players you want also to leave your team. You don't want to see them again. Your coach, your players, come on, tell us who you want out of your team and, of course, the players you want in your team.
Okay, I am the Bishop, and that's the finance boy talking sports. Because it's over. It's like we normally tell you every other day of the week. We are done.
And we are gone.
God bless.
No stress.
Adios.
Adios.